Hey everyone, welcome back to Next Level English. I'm Kai.
And I'm Luna. You know, Kai, I was in a meeting last week, and someone used this really technical phrase. I didn't want to interrupt, so I just nodded like I understood. But honestly, I had no idea what they meant.
Oh no, I've done that too. You smile, nod, and hope no one asks you a question next.
Exactly. But later I realized, if I had just asked, "Sorry, could you explain that a bit more?" the whole thing would have been so much easier.
Right. Sometimes we're afraid that asking for clarification will make us sound less confident, but actually, it shows that we care about understanding things correctly.
Yes. Whether you're in a meeting, chatting with a teacher, or talking with friends, being able to check understanding naturally is a huge communication skill.
And that's what we're learning today. 10 essential expressions to help you sound confident, polite, and natural when you want to clarify or double-check what someone means.
Let's get into it. Episode 8. Clarifying and checking understanding. Make sure you really get it.
First expression, so you're saying.
Hey Kai, have you ever listened to someone talk for a while? Maybe during a meeting. And by the end you're like, okay, what exactly are they trying to say?
Oh yeah, all the time. You don't want to interrupt, but you also don't want to just nod and pretend you understood everything.
Exactly. That's where our first expression comes in. So you're saying. It helps you summarize what someone just said and confirm that you understood it correctly. It's like saying, let me make sure I got this right.
And it sounds confident, polite, and natural. Perfect for work, study, or even casual talk.
Right. Let's listen to a short conversation and see how it works in real life.
I've been thinking, instead of launching next Monday, maybe we should push the project back a few days. That way we can fix the bugs, test everything properly, and avoid rushing the final version.
So you're saying we'd launch later next week instead?
Exactly. It's better to be ready than regret it later.
That's a great example. The first speaker gives a longer explanation, and the second person uses "so you're saying" to check the main idea.
Yes. And it sounds polite and thoughtful, not interrupting or challenging. It shows you're actively listening and confirming what you heard.
The tone really matters. Say it gently, with curiosity, not like you're arguing. Something like, "so you're saying," with a light, rising tone.
Exactly. It's a simple way to stay clear and connected, and to make sure everyone's on the same page. So let's try a few more examples. Here's how it sounds in real conversation.
I've been thinking of cutting back on social media this month. It's been draining my focus, and I want to spend more time reading and going outside.
So you're saying you're taking a full digital detox?
Yeah, that's the plan, at least for a few weeks.
The client wants the new design to look cleaner, with fewer colors and simpler icons. Something that feels calm and modern.
So you're saying we should go for a minimal neutral theme?
Exactly. Something easy on the eyes, but still professional.
Second expression, just to clarify. Luna, have you ever been in a situation where people thought they agreed on something, but later realized everyone understood it differently?
Oh yes. That happens so often in meetings or group projects. Someone says one thing, another person interprets it differently, and boom. Confusion.
Exactly. That's when this next phrase is super helpful. Just to clarify, it's a polite way to double-check or make something more specific, without sounding rude or demanding.
Right. You can use it when something feels a bit unclear or when you want to confirm the details before moving forward. It's like saying, "Let me make sure we're on the same page."
Perfect. Let's listen to a short conversation and hear it in context.
We'll start the meeting earlier tomorrow, probably around 9.
Just to clarify, do you mean 9 sharp or sometime after?
9 sharp. We've got a lot to cover.
See how polite that sounds? Just to clarify, makes your questions sound professional and calm.
Yes. It's not wait, what, or you didn't say that clearly. It's a smoother, more diplomatic way to ask for confirmation.
You can also use it to correct small misunderstandings before they grow into big ones. Like, just to clarify, are we talking about next Monday or this Monday?
Exactly. It shows that you care about getting the details right and that you're a careful communicator. So let's try a few more examples. Here's how it sounds in real conversation.
Let's meet at the coffee shop near the station after work.
Just to clarify, do you mean the one next to the bookstore or the one across from the park?
The one by the bookstore. It's quieter there.
We'll need those reports by next Friday.
Just to clarify, do you mean the 8th or the 15th?
The 8th. I'd like to review them before the weekend.
Third expression, did I get that right? You know what, Luna? I still remember when I was new at my first job. I kept hearing so many new terms, and sometimes I thought I understood, but later I realized I totally didn't.
Oh, I've been there. And that's when you need a phrase that sounds friendly, not nervous. Like, did I get that right?
Exactly. It's great because it sounds confident, but also humble. You're checking your understanding without making it awkward.
Right. It's like saying, "I want to make sure I understood what you meant." You can use it after summarizing or repeating what someone said to make sure you're both clear.
Let's listen to a short example so you can hear how it works in context.
So, we'll record the video on Thursday, edit over the weekend, and post it Monday morning.
Okay, so record Thursday, edit Saturday and Sunday, and post Monday. Did I get that right?
Yep, that's exactly it.
I love how natural that sounds. "Did I get that right?" is friendly and positive. It doesn't sound like you're lost.
Yeah, and notice how the speaker first repeats the plan, then checks with, "Did I get that right?" That's a perfect rhythm. It shows active listening and accuracy.
Also, you can use this phrase with your boss, your teacher, or your friends. It fits any tone. It's simple, but it makes your communication stronger.
And if you say it with a small smile, it sounds even warmer, like you're truly trying to understand, not just follow instructions. So let's try a few more examples. Here's how it sounds in real conversation.
We'll meet at the main entrance, then head straight to the conference hall together.
Meet at the main entrance first, then go to the hall. Did I get that right?
Exactly. That way no one gets lost.
I'll handle the slides, you take care of the handouts, and Sarah will manage the Q&A part.
Okay, slides for you, handouts for me, and Q&A for Sarah. Did I get that right?
Perfect. Teamwork.
Fourth expression, could you run that by me again?
Hey Kai, have you ever had someone explain something to you, and halfway through you're like, "Wait, what was that again?"
Oh yes, especially when people talk fast or give too many details at once. That's when I use one of my favorite phrases. Could you run that by me again?
I love that one. It's such a polite and natural way to ask someone to repeat or re-explain something. It's a bit softer than, "Can you say that again?" And it sounds really fluent.
Exactly. Run that by me means explain that to me, so you're basically saying, "Could you go over that one more time?" Let's listen to a short conversation and see how it works.
So, to reset the router, you hold the button for 10 seconds, then unplug it and plug it back in.
Sorry, could you run that by me again?
Sure. Hold the button, wait 10 seconds, unplug, and plug it back in.
See how natural that sounds? "Could you run that by me again" is friendly, respectful, and shows you're paying attention.
Yeah, and it's especially useful when you missed part of what someone said. Not the whole thing, just a detail. It's like saying, "Wait, I almost got it. Can you repeat that part?"
Right. You can use it at work, at school, or even with friends when they're giving instructions or telling a story.
And notice the tone, calm and light. You don't want to sound frustrated. It should sound like you're curious, not confused. So let's try a few more examples. Here's how it sounds in real conversation.
After you submit the form online, print the confirmation page and bring it to the office.
Could you run that by me again? What do I need to bring?
The printed confirmation page. That's all.
You take the green line to Central Station, transfer to the red line, then get off at Maple Street.
Wait, could you run that by me again? I didn't catch the transfer part.
Sure. Green line to Central, then red line to Maple. Easy.
Fifth expression, what do you mean by that? You know, Luna, sometimes people say something and you're not sure if they're joking, being serious, or maybe even a little rude.
Oh yes, like when someone says, "That's an interesting outfit," and you're thinking, "Interesting how?"
Exactly. That's when you can use today's next expression. What do you mean by that? It helps you ask for clarification in a calm and neutral way, so you don't misunderstand or overreact.
Right. The key is tone. Say it gently, with curiosity, not accusation. If you sound calm and open, it comes across as thoughtful, not defensive.
Let's listen to a short conversation to see how it works.
I think your report was bold.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I mean it took a fresh approach. Not the usual format. I liked it.
I love that example. The second person didn't assume anything. They just asked calmly.
Yes. What do you mean by that? Helps you slow down the moment and make sure you really understand what the person is saying.
And sometimes it can even save a relationship or conversation. Because you're checking meaning before reacting emotionally.
Exactly. It's not only for serious situations either. You can use it when something's unclear or when someone uses slang or an idiom you don't know. So let's try a few more examples. Here's how it sounds in real conversation.
You're so organized compared to last time.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Oh, I mean you seem way more prepared today. That's a compliment.
This movie is kind of deep.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, it makes you think. It's not just entertainment.
Sixth expression, if I understand you correctly.
Kai, have you noticed that sometimes in professional settings, people use longer, more formal ways to check understanding?
Yes. Especially in meetings or interviews. Instead of saying, "So you're saying," they'll say, "If I understand you correctly."
Exactly. It sounds a little more polite and careful. Like you're making sure everything is clear before taking action.
Right. It's also useful when you want to restate what someone said, just to confirm you got the details right. Let's listen to a short conversation and hear how it sounds.
We're planning to expand the project to include new regional data starting next quarter.
If I understand you correctly, we'll begin collecting that data after this quarter ends, right?
Yes, exactly. We'll prepare the templates in the meantime.
That's a great tone. Polite, professional, and confident. It works perfectly in meetings, interviews, and even academic discussions.
Yes, and notice how it often comes before a clarifying question. You're showing you understood most of it, but you're checking one detail to be sure.
It's also great when you're summarizing someone's point before responding. Like, if I understand you correctly, you're suggesting we focus on quality first?
Exactly. That kind of phrasing makes your English sound smooth, diplomatic, and thoughtful. So let's try a few more examples. Here's how it sounds in real conversation.
The presentation should highlight customer stories, not just product details.
If I understand you correctly, you want more real-life examples in the slides?
That's right. Make it more human and relatable.
We'll need to move the deadline up by a week because of the client's schedule.
If I understand you correctly, the new due date is the 12th instead of the 19th?
Exactly. Thanks for double-checking.
Seventh expression, let me make sure I got this right. You know, Luna, sometimes when people give you a bunch of instructions at once, your brain just freezes for a second.
Oh yes. Like when someone says, click this, upload that, rename the file, then send it back. And you're like, wait, what?
Exactly. That's when I use this one. Let me make sure I got this right. It's a friendly way to repeat what you heard, just to double check.
Right. It's similar to if I understand you correctly, but this one sounds more casual and conversational. It's great in daily communication, especially when you want to confirm steps or details.
Let's listen to a short example so you can hear how it sounds in action.
So, you need to log in, fill out the form, attach your ID, and then email it to HR.
Okay, let me make sure I got this right. Log in, fill out the form, attach my ID, and email it to HR, correct?
That's right. You've got it.
That's such a natural rhythm. The person isn't confused, they're being careful.
Yes, and it's a really collaborative phrase. It shows you're trying to understand with the other person, not against them.
Exactly. It's great when you're working in a team or getting instructions from a teacher, boss, or even a friend.
And if you say it with a smile or friendly tone, it sounds positive. Not like you're lost, but like you care about getting things right. So let's try a few more examples. Here's how it sounds in real conversation.
We'll have lunch first, visit the museum, then head back to the station.
Let me make sure I got this right. Lunch, museum, then station?
Yep, that's the plan.
You'll need to update the file name, add today's date, and share it in the project folder.
Let me make sure I got this right. Rename the file, add the date, and upload it to the folder?
Exactly. Perfect summary.
Eighth expression, sorry, I didn't catch that.
Kai, has this ever happened to you? Someone says something, but there's background noise, and you just smile like you understood?
Oh yes, especially at cafes or during online meetings when the audio cuts out. Instead of pretending, I've learned to just say, sorry, I didn't catch that.
Exactly. It's a polite and natural way to ask someone to repeat themselves. and it sounds so much better than what or huh.
Right. Catch here means hear or understand. So literally, you're saying, I didn't hear that part clearly.
Let's listen to a short conversation to see how it works.
So, the password is Greenleaf24, all lowercase, and
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What was the password again?
it's Greenleaf24, all lowercase.
See how gentle that sounds? You're not interrupting. You're simply asking for repetition in a kind way.
Yes, and it's perfect for situations where you missed part of the sentence, not the whole thing. It keeps the flow natural and polite.
Also, tone is everything here. Say it lightly, with a small smile. Sorry, I didn't catch that. That makes it sound warm, not apologetic or awkward.
Right. It's especially useful for English learners. It buys you time and shows confidence, not confusion. So let's try a few more examples. Here's how it sounds in real conversation.
The meeting got moved to the 3rd floor, next to the IT room.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Which floor?
3rd floor, near the IT room.
You'll need to submit the form before 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. By what time?
Before 4 p.m. sharp.
Ninth expression, can you give me an example? You know, Luna, sometimes people explain things in theory. Like, we need to make it more engaging, or it should feel modern. And you're just sitting there thinking, okay, but what does that actually look like?
Oh yes, that's the perfect time to ask. Can you give me an example? It helps turn vague ideas into something concrete and clear.
Exactly. It's not just for students. Even professionals use this to make sure they really understand what someone means.
Right, and it's super polite because it shows genuine curiosity, not confusion. Let's listen to a short example and hear it in action.
We want the campaign to feel more authentic and personal.
Can you give me an example of what that might look like?
Sure, maybe using real customer stories instead of stock photos.
That's such a great example. Asking for examples shows that you care about understanding how something should be done, not just what.
Exactly. It also helps avoid miscommunication, especially when people use abstract words like creative, strategic, or modern.
Yes. Instead of guessing what they mean, you bring the conversation back to something specific.
And it's a nice phrase for learners, too. You can use it in class, meetings, or even in casual talk when you want to understand better.
So let's try a few more examples. Here's how it sounds in real conversation.
We want the design to feel warmer this time.
Can you give me an example?
Like, do you mean different colors or layout?
More natural colors and softer fonts. Exactly.
I think your essay needs a stronger conclusion.
Can you give me an example of what you mean by stronger?
Something that clearly connects back to your main point and leaves an impression.
10th expression, oh, got it, thanks for explaining.
So Kai, after you ask all these clarifying questions and someone finally makes it clear, what do you usually say?
Honestly? I used to just nod or say okay, but that can sound a bit flat. Now I say, oh, got it. Thanks for explaining.
I love that. It's short, friendly, and it closes the loop. You're showing that you understood and that you appreciate their effort.
Exactly. It's great for teamwork, classes, or customer conversations. It gives the other person the little positive feedback moment.
Let's listen to a quick example and hear how it sounds.
So basically, you just drag the file into this folder and rename it with today's date.
Oh, got it. Thanks for explaining.
No problem. Glad it makes sense.
See how natural that feels? You're acknowledging their explanation, not just moving on.
Yes, it's polite, warm, and simple. Even a little thanks adds a nice human touch. It makes communication feel smoother.
And it works in so many places, with coworkers, teachers, or even customer service.
Exactly. It's the perfect phrase to end a clarification moment. Respectful, grateful, and clear. So let's try a few more examples. Here's how it sounds in real conversation.
You'll need to reset the app before logging in again.
Oh, got it. Thanks for explaining.
Sure thing. Let me know if it still doesn't work.
To reach the rooftop cafe, take the elevator to the 8th floor, then follow the signs.
Oh, got it. Thanks for explaining.
You're welcome. Enjoy the view up there.
Great job, everyone. You made it to the end of episode 8.
Yes. Today we learned how to stay clear, polite, and confident when checking understanding in English.
Remember, asking for clarification doesn't make you look unsure. It actually shows that you're an active listener who really cares about understanding others.
And that's what great communication is all about. Connection, not perfection.
So, we'd love to hear from you. Which of today's expressions do you use most often? Or is there one you want to start practicing? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We always love reading them.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next episode.
Keep practicing, keep connecting, and take your English and your conversations to the next level.